Hey, everybody, welcome to another episode of Wellness Blueprints. I'm Jess Milner. So glad you're here to nourish your roots with me. What am I? I'm a master nutritionist, functional blood work specialist, and quantum energy healer. My goodness, it's a mouthful. Once I get my PhD, I will be a doctor of natural medicine. It's going to be way easier to say that. Um, but it is summer, and summer is vacation season or vacay season. My husband gets really upset when I shorten words like that. He's like, I'm not talking to you when you do that. But anyway, it's vacation season, right? We are actually headed to a much taller mountain next week. So, I've been making lists of things that I have to do here, things to pack. And I realized that there are some things that I'm definitely not packing. And I'm not talking about physical things here. I'm talking about expectations. I mean, number one, expectations almost always end in resentment because things just don't go the way that you expect most of the time, especially when there are other people involved, like your husband and children, okay? Because they're just not going to cooperate with whatever the hell you made in your head. But I'm talking about not physical things, but some other expectations. So I thought that I would share 5 things that I'm not trying to optimize on vacation. Okay, it's like this: we are supposed to be having a good time, right? So number one, I am not going to be optimizing every meal. Okay. We will cook at home for some of this. We're going to be staying in like a condo thing. So we'll have a kitchen, so there's going to be a little bit of meal prep. We'll have a grill, but we're also going to eat out. Okay. We're going to have ice cream. There's going to be a candy shop. I know this specific candy shop. I will not be doing food math. Okay. I'm just going to be eating the food. Now, I don't do a ton of food math anymore myself. I mean, I do try to like think about my protein and fiber intake every day, and I'm also doing things like, hey, like it's asking my kids, what did you eat today? Like, remind me what you've eaten before you have that candy bar or like that ice cream sandwich or whatever it is. So I don't do a ton anyway, but on vacation is definitely not the time. You're going to be in a place where maybe there's different food, stuff that you don't get at home. Don't deny yourself something that you want to try, that you want to enjoy because like it's going to go against your diet or something like that. Now, every now and then, I have to put a little disclaimer. Every now and then, there's somebody who's really working on something and they have quite a sensitivity, and it could actually like make their day be sucktastic. So, if you're somebody who has to avoid something for a very specific reason right now, while you're on vacation, you make adjustments for that. But that's not like an all the time thing because the next time you go away, you probably won't have that same type of a restriction. Okay. But sometimes you keep your restrictions. You do you with that. But for real, like you should be enjoying the local fare, and just eating the food and not worrying about it. And remember that your health is not built or destroyed in a weekend or a week, so certainly not on your vacation or anything like that. It's built in your daily rhythms. So it's okay to go and enjoy things that are going to be a little bit different. Don't worry about that. The number two that I'm not, won't be optimizing. I'm not going to be feeling guilty for resting. I spent a lot of time working. I spent a lot of time studying, creating, thinking. Oh my gosh, like we're thinking all the time. I absolutely will be staring at the breathtaking mountain views, sipping coffee until I feel like getting up, putting on my bathing suit, and going in the pool. Okay. Rest is not laziness, guys. Okay. Your nervous system needs vacation as well. Okay. Your nervous system wants this reset. So let's not, I remember seeing like a funny thing. It wasn't even a meme. Oh, because this is like way before that. It was probably like on a pin or something. Remember, we didn't have memes. We would just like read pins on like when we went into like Spencer's or something like that. And there was one that said, we went on vacation. I took my family on vacation to try and get rid of get away from our problems, only to find out that our problems followed us there. Uh, you did something terribly wrong. It shouldn't have followed you. Like, enjoy yourself. Nervous system needs the vacation, right? All right. The third thing I won't be optimized. I will not be available all the time. I won't be available the whole time. Now, obviously, we have cell phones now, so you're a little bit more available than you used to be. But to certain people, right? It's not rude to not be available. I mean, I see a lot of this stuff, with like reels and stuff like that on TikTok or what have you, with companies talking about like, oh, well, I need you to be on this 15-minute meeting every morning, or I need you to be available via email when like people are taking PTO and stuff. Like, I'm sorry. No. I'm on vacation. Like, I am not available. Human beings were not designed to be reachable all the time. We weren't, okay? So, it's definitely not rude to turn it off and just be like, I'm sorry, like you can answer later, whatever. Like there might be some things you prioritize. But listen, hey, you can text me all you want while I'm away. There is no signal in Yellowstone. So you're just gonna have to wait, and whatever. And that's okay. Next, I'm going to let nature do the heavy lifting. Okay. I'm not going to try and like optimize my time out in nature. Okay. I'm going to be outside in nature because my body likes it out there. I like to be able to breathe out there. It feels good. I want to be out in the sunshine. I want to breathe. We hike down to a waterfall. I mean, that's great. I'm not going to be outside because of a study I read on forest bathing. I'm not going to turn it into like a science experiment kind of a thing. I mean, yes, like, I know the science, but, and you know what? It's so funny because like my dad used to give us science lessons all the time. He'd be like, oh, this is how thunder and lightning works. And this is how this works. And we would all be like, science lesson, dad, my dad's a very intelligent man. So that was great. But now, and I was like not super interested in science so much, like when I was like in grade school and stuff like that. But now here I am with an advanced science degree, working on a doctorate, and I'm just like, now I give the science lessons to my kids. But no, I will not be telling my kids about how forest bathing is so good for them. They're just going to be running through, having a good time, and taking off their shoes and wading through the water by the waterfall, and that is okay. All right. Nature is really a fantastic nervous system regulator. So just don't discredit that. And you don't need to be like pacing everything, like tracking all of it. Okay. Just get out there and enjoy it. And the last thing I'm not going to optimize, I'm not going to be trying to improve myself every single minute. Every walk doesn't have to be exercise. You don't have to be power walking all the time. Now, for me, like I will bring my weights because we're driving. So I will bring my dumbbells with me, and I'll do like little half-hour workouts or whatever. But that's kind of like it's turned into like brushing my teeth or showering for me. It's something that my body feels better when I do a little bit of a workout. So I'm gonna do smaller ones. I'm not following the exact program that I'm doing at home. I'm doing different ones, that are gonna be easier on travel and for like the space that I'm gonna be in. So it's not gonna be in the way. It's not going to create extra stress. It's just going to be like, boop, boop, boop. Mom's going to do that real quick. Not everybody does that. That's okay. If you want to take the week off from working out because you're going to be hiking and doing all these other things, great, you do that. On a day that I know I'm going to take a big hike, I'll probably just stretch in the morning and not do, like if my husband wants to go on a big hike or something, which would probably just be the two of us, but maybe our boys would go. But then you can kind of switch it out. But everything doesn't need to be like exercise. You don't have to be tracking every single bit of it. Just go and enjoy yourself and do like the normal things that you want to do. Um, let's see, with not improving ourselves every minute, we talked about not every meal needs to be completely optimized. Like, it's okay. Like just eat the burger, like go and do like whatever, like go and try like that thing in town. Like, there's probably a restaurant that like has like some really awesome cuisine that like you can't get at home or whatever, go ahead and try that. Okay. And when you're out, especially when you're out in like, in nature, trying to enjoy like the sights and everything, you kind of feel like, oh, I'm going to have some quiet moments and I'm going to have this personal growth, like breakthrough. And this is another like expectation. You have this on like retreat weekends and stuff with like people are like, oh, I had such a spiritual breakthrough, and maybe they did. Like, I'm not trying to invalidate, like, that's awesome. But when you go and you're like, oh my gosh, I need like this personal growth breakthrough to happen, or like everything is a waste or whatever. No, you can just like be quiet and just like exist. Sometimes life is just life. Sometimes we just need to exist where we are. Okay. So just exist where you are. Because we tend to get like, we're so busy trying to become healthier that we forget that actual healthy people like enjoy living. They have enjoyable, happy lives. Like, enjoy yourself. So, I will not be tracking my steps to the candy store. My Aura Ring can judge me all she wants. All right. If we're making s'mores, they will be enjoyed, and they are not going to involve math problems that are like considering burpees the next morning, because no. And I will not be denying marshmallows, of course. So if you're going on vacation, I want you to, pack some sunscreen, maybe some zinc oxide. You don't want to be dysregulating your hormones there, but you do want to protect yourself a little bit. Bring a good book, bring some comfy shoes, and permission. Permission to laugh louder, permission to sleep a little bit longer, eat the local food, and put your phone away and watch the sunset. Watch it. Um, Joy is a nutrient, and I've talked about that before. Joy is absolutely a nutrient that is very important for human beings, and memories bring joy. So make those memories, okay? Make those memories, even if you're not like taking pictures 100 like all day long. Make the memories. And share this with somebody who's going on vacation. Maybe you're going on vacation. I know it's like summer is like season, it's vacation season, and it's because kids are off of school, it's nice weather and everything, and it's way easier to pack for summer weather than it is for winter weather. You got to bring a much bigger suitcase, right? So share this with somebody who's going to be going on vacation, maybe somebody who's kind of thinking, oh my gosh, how am I going to stay on target with my goals and everything while I'm away? Well, you can without completely obsessing over it. So send them this. Make sure you hit subscribe. Make sure you give me a 5-star review. And remember, the healthiest people out there that I've met, the healthiest people are not obsessed with being healthy. They just have lives that support health. So there you have it, guys. All right. Enjoy your summer vacays. Have fun.